Good morning to you. Now I'm in the right place. Good morning. My name's Jenny McCormack. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the market town of Brackley, which is in Northamptonshire here in the UK. Apologies. I did start on time but not in the right place. Facebook has made a weird change that means it posts into my associated group and not onto the timeline in Jemini Crafts, because I couldn't understand why I couldn't see my live. Catherine very kindly pointed out that I was still live in the group, and that's why. So thank you so much, Catherine. I really do appreciate your help. So this is a brand new stamp set, and it's called Country Flowers, as you can see, and it is in the new annual catalogue that comes out on the 1st of May. If you haven't received your copy but you are a customer of mine, hi Catherine, thank you so much, then you will receive one of these in the posts. If you haven't received it by the end of the week, then do just drop me a message. But if you've purchased a class in a box or you come to Coffee and Card, you should have your own copy of it. If not already, then very soon. I can't show you the inside of the catalogue until it launches on Wednesday, but I have selected this stamp set that we're using for Coffee and Card this week. It has a matching set that has a beautiful birdhouse on it, and it also has two sets of fantastic papers, which I'll be sharing with you later in the week. So this stamp set, as you can see, has three base images. You've got a little table or stool, we've got a milk churn, and we have a teapot, and then we have three different sets of tops. So we've got this floral image, we've got foliage, and then we've got the roses as well. Flower market you can stamp onto here, and then we have 4 sentiments: so lucky to know you, sending love, best friend ever, and with heartfelt sympathy. Okay, it's photopolymer stamp set, is £23, and if you do have the catalogue you'll find this on pages 50 and 51. There are some dies that coordinate with this that obviously cut, especially the teapot and the flower images. This one's not quite so difficult to cut out, neither is the stool, but there are some really useful dies that go with that. I'm just going to do one of the samples for our Coffee and Card for this week, and so I'm going to keep this fairly plain, but I am going to do a little bit of masking. What I have in mind is 3 of these milk churn, and I'm just going to put the flowers maybe in the centre one and have the other 2 on one on either side. For my card base, because I'm going to make it landscape, I've got a side opening card. So this is half of an A4, cut at 10.5 centimetres, scored in the middle at 14.85. That'll be my card base. And I've got pebbled path for my layer, but I might change that, and that measures 10 by 14.35. That's going to pop onto there, and then the piece of card I'm going to stamp on is 9.5 by 13.85. So some straightforward layering. Okay, I haven't used this stamp set at all, so I am going to grab a piece of card. I can just, oh actually I can probably use another piece that's already cut. I'm not going to stamp all of them out now because I'm late enough as it is. So let's have the milk churn, and what's quite nice is with the milk churn it has 2 parts to it. So it has this bit at the top that you can fit in, so you can have a closed churn, or you can leave that off to put the flowers on. So let's pop that onto a block. So I hope you had a nice weekend, everybody. It was fairly decent here, I seem to remember, weather-wise. Good morning, Jane. I hope you're well. There we go. Hopefully Caroline will find us. So this is Pebbled Path. So I'm just going straight in to stamp that. I just want to try this little line out, if I can see it. There it is. I could really do with a smaller block, but all my bags are packed for coffee and cards, so let me take my glasses off, and this is going to pop in there, like so. So, yep, that works okay. It's just, yeah, just about the same size exactly. Sometimes they make them slightly smaller or slightly bigger with an overhang. And then the other one I'm going to use is probably this image here. Take that off for a second. So typically I would use Pebbled Path or Early Espresso for my stamping. There we go, it's nice and crisp. I'm not sure if there is an exact right way. It looks like the way I've got it is the way that they have put it on the case. If in doubt, check the case or the image in the catalogue. Okay, so I'm going to use some post-it note for my, so I've got the sticky side there. Also I've got some of the sticky on there. I'm just going to turn that upside down like so, and I'm not going to worry about the little handle at the side, because in the centerpieces that's going to be covered up anyway. Oh, hi Caroline, thank you. Thank you for finding us. Jane says it's lovely down in Kent, and good morning Teresa. You're okay. I was a bit late because I went live in my Facebook group and not on my page. Okay, so I'm just cutting this out, and I've got 3 post-it notes together. So rather than stamp out 3 and cut 3 different ones, just layer the post-it notes together. Just make sure that you're stamping on the sticky side. You could also use our own paper that we have. There we go. It's masking paper, so it's like full sheets that are tacky. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut straight across here. Not that that's particularly critical. So now I've got 3 of these. I don't need 3, but if you're cutting out 1, you might as well layer them up, to be honest. Okay, so here's my card here, and I'm just going to gauge it. So what I'm going to do is I want the center one to be front, so I'm going to stamp that first. So whatever you want in the front is always the one that you stamp first, and then everything else gets tucked behind it. Morning Brenda. Oh, Brenda's in Spain. A lot of people are away at the minute. How wonderful. Please bring us back some heat and some sunshine. What I'm going to do is put that just about there. I'm leaving it a little bit of a gap from the bottom, and I'll just use a blending brush to colour that in. I'm going to put this one on here. Now, do I need to... Just wonder if I need to cover it up. No, because it will be in the front. Beginning to doubt myself now. Okay, I'm not going to, normally I would overlap them quite a lot, but as I've got it on landscape form, I've got a fair bit of space to fill in. So I'm not doing a huge amount of overlap. So I stamped this one first, covered it up with a post-it note, so that when I take that away, this is in the front and those two are behind. Let's add the tops of those two, and then I'm going to put the flowers on the centre one. Oh, there is a smaller block there. There we are. So just going to ink this up. Put that on there and on there, like so. And then my flowers are going to go here, like that. I might use an espresso for my flowers. I'm very impressed that you're watching from Spain. I hope you're having a good break, Brenda. I'm sure you're enjoying the sunshine and the warmth, more importantly. Okay, just position that on there, like so. Could have it further down, but I wanted to avoid the handle really on there. And then sentiment wise, I've got sending love. What I might do is put that across here on a little banner, because I'm not sure it's going to look right on one side or the other. Okay, let me leave that for a minute. I'm just going to do a small amount of colouring in, and I just use our blends pens. I've got crumb cake I can see, but I'm just thinking maybe a light grey or light blue for our milk churns. I've got smoky slate, light and dark. Oh, the sun's gone in. That didn't last very long, did it? Okay, glasses off so I can see what I'm doing. So this is dark, so I'm just going to use this on the left hand side, and I'll try and do this fairly quickly. I have a little bit here. You could also have, if you were careful, you could have one of these on its side, couldn't you? Right, let's make sure I'm colouring in the right bit. There's that one. There's that. So I like to brush from the outside in, but you can also just do a sort of line down there if you prefer. So I'm looking forward to the new catalogue. Brenda, you'll also be there for when you come home. There we go. So don't forget, you've got 2 days, today and tomorrow, to take advantage of some huge discounts for the retiring items, so up to 60% on a wide range of products, so stamp sets but also papers. So as long as your order is in before 11 PM, technically 10:59, but I always say to people no later than 10:30, just in case the website goes down or anything you don't want to miss out. And if you're not confident in placing an order online, you can email me your order, and I will put an order in right towards the end of Tuesday evening, just for any last minute additions. So this is a milk churn, so I was thinking, or you can make it a terracotta pot, but probably not with the handle, I guess. Okay, so just that little bit of shading on the edges. Hi Yuta, good morning to you. I hope you had a nice weekend and you weren't working too early. Okay, so I'm just bringing this in. This is the light smoky slate. So I'm just bringing this in from the edge. Oh, I've left that little bit there. Not sure whether I'll do a different colour or not. Okay. I think I need to order another smoky slate set. When you can hear it scribbling on the cardstock, you know that it's getting towards its end. Oh, bless you. You do catch a few lives, Yuta. Just not very many, I know. Okay, I think this is going to run out. I might have to look and see if I've got a spare. Good morning, Jeanette. No, that will definitely have to go on my list then. I've got spare crumb cake, but we'll stick with it. It just doesn't, as when you don't have enough ink in there, it doesn't blend very well. So what I might need to do is switch to grey granite. See if I can see that. Hold on. Oh, we could be in luck. Light smoky slate. Phew. Let's see if this has got enough in it. It's got more in it. Oh, thank you, Jeanette. Yeah, sorry about that. That's better. I thought I'd checked it was in the right place, but obviously I hadn't. Right, trying until I get one that's got more ink in it. I didn't realise that we use smoky slate quite so much. No, that's nearly run out as well. Dear dear. Right, let's switch to, let's try grey granite. That's better. So, I have to add to my order smoky slate pens. There we go. So what I can do is go over with the dark grey granite just to smooth out some of that colour difference. There we go, we're getting there. Thinking I could do that little ring with a sort of copper colour or something, couldn't I? There we go. Yeah, and then I'll quickly do the flowers as well. There we are. Go over that bit there, and I probably will introduce dark grey granite over the two. Well, it's not too bad in the scheme of things. Yes, I hadn't realised how much I used the greys, or that the greys got used. I have to say, normally I'm a crumb cake. My go-to is crumb cake. Okay, so this is dark grey granite, so I'm just introducing that over these darker edges. And it's so good that you can sort of keep on going with these. And because it gets absorbed fairly quickly, it doesn't pill the paper, which it would if you're using Stampin' Up markers, Stampin' Right markers. And also we want it to look sort of vintagey, don't we? There we go, recovered. Hope you can see that okay. So a little bit of light and shade. And then let's quickly colour those flowers. I'm thinking let's go something nice and bright. I've got Dark Poppy Parade here. Sort of poppy-like. So just doing that dark in the centre. I'll do the same for these ones here. Maybe I'll do that one differently. And then light Poppy Parade. So I can't believe we're into May this week. In some ways April seems to have been a long month, but in other ways it's gone very quickly. Okay, that's that one. So for those of you who didn't catch the very start, we're using country flowers. And I stamped in the centre, stamped onto a post-it note, and then covered up the centre, and then added the two on either side. There are some fabulous papers that go with this, sort of lots of wood and weathered wood, so I will be introducing those. And there are dies that go with this, and as I explained before, I'm just using this for coffee and card, so I haven't purchased the dies, although I think they would be quite good fun. Let's see, I've got, it might be a bit too dark, dark cherry cobbler here. On there. And there. Good morning, Christine. Do say hi. It's nice to have you join us. So just filling in that rest of that flower, and then I might do a yellow centre. Oops. those there. Oh, there's a tiny little, oh, there is a flower here, look. There we are. And I've got pumpkin pie here. Use for that. And this one here. There we go. And then just some greenery, nice and easy. My go-to green is Granny Apple. What's this one, light? So I'm presuming that's foliage, isn't it? Might have to look at the catalogue. I think so, by its shape. There we go. That. No worries, Brenda. Enjoy the rest of your day. That's that. There. Okay, and then this greenery here. So. There we are. There we go. And then I suppose I could have put foliage on the other two, but I quite like it like that. And I'm just going to put a little, maybe a little sort of copper line. I've got light Cajun craze. I don't know. I think it would work. Need to take my glasses off though. I think you could leave this in the same colour if you wanted to. And then the last thing I need to do is add my sentiment and some shading on the bottom to ground those pots. Not quite sure, maybe that bit there. 2, 3. And then light grey granite just to go across there. There we are. Hi Baz. So there's our 3 milk churns with the one with the colouring on it. And I've got a very fine liner pen here, and I'm just going to draw a little line where the top of that would be. Obviously you could have also covered those up and bring that down so it was over, but I quite like the way that that worked, spacing wise anyway. So I'm going to stamp that sentiment that says sending love, I think, and let me see where it will fit. Yeah, look, it's too squashed up here, so I'm thinking across there on a little strip. Let's just shade the bottom with, let's see, could do with a light crumb cake or something. Dark crumb cake. Okay, light grey granite it will be then. There it is. Okay, so I just want it a small shadow, just to ground those slightly, like that. Doesn't need to be more than that really. And then I'm sure I've got some little strips here, so I'm going to stamp my sending love on that and then just trim it down. Seems a shame to cover it up, doesn't it? It's so sweet, isn't it, Yuta? So sweet. And I do love the teapot. And you can have, you know, teapot all over the place. Right, let's switch that one out. I'll do that in Pebbled Path. So I think you could use crumb cake, you could use espresso, you could use blues. Put that in the centre like that, and then I'll just trim that down. If I had a die cut to hand I might use that, but I think this will work fine. I want to get it quite narrow. Just got to watch the L, top of that L, really. If you've got a small piece like this and you know that when you move it down it's going to move, what you can do, just use a piece of post-it note, for example, or a piece of masking tape, and just anchor it, especially if it's very tiny and it's likely to slip. So what I can do is, I think that will be clear, let's just pop that on like so, just to hold it in place. There we go. That's pretty close to that, and I'm going to do the same with this one. I think that'll be okay. It's literally a millimetre off. Or I could fussy cut round it, I suppose, to lose a bit of that, but I think if I just cut it with scissors at an angle fairly close in. Oh yes, gift tags, bookmarks. Oh, flowers on their own. Yes, I like that idea. So just going to do that. And the other tip is, if you want to get this exactly the same, is take your cut-off piece and then use that at an angle, like so. So 2 top tips today. There we go. I'm going to pop that on dimensionals and layer that up, and then we're good to go. And I think I need to stamp those flowers on the inside as well. Yes, it's quite a useful way of cutting particularly narrow strips. Just a piece of post-it note or a piece of masking tape, and then you're not trying to hold it. Because typically if you try and hold it, as soon as you move to put the piece down, there we go. I could cut this smaller if I wanted to have more of a border, but it's about right for the size of the image. Funny enough, I was thinking the other day I hadn't done a bookmark for ages. and then this one on there. I've got a little strip here of unused dimensionals on the edge. There we go. Like so. There we are, there's our finished card. I'm hoping that's in focus. It doesn't look very much in focus. And yes, let's definitely have those flowers around the edge. So I stamped those in early espresso. This is C6, so just half an A4 scored down the middle at 14.85. I do really like cards opening that way for a landscape. They stand much better. Okay, I've got a piece of card to put underneath. No. Alright, let's just put this on the edge like that. And I'll just wipe that down in a second. There we go, and then you could do the same, of course, on the envelope just to finish it off. So there we go, I hope you like that one. It's called Country Flowers. As I say, let's put that there. It comes out on Wednesday, and if you haven't received your catalogue by the end of the week and you're a customer of mine, then just drop me a note. And if you've ordered Class in a Box, or I'm seeing you at Coffee and Card, then you should have that in person. So there we are, Country Flowers. I look forward to sharing more of this, and the papers especially. So I will be back Thursday evening for another use of this, which is our stamp set of the week. And this is also one of our Coffee and Card designs, starting from tomorrow. So thank you everyone, do have a great day ahead, and I look forward to catching up with you really soon, and watch out for any announcements on Wednesday for the launch of the new catalogue. And don't forget, if you want to order anything that's retiring, you need to do that, and anything in the clearance rack, if it's still available, you need to do that by 10:30 p.m. on Tuesday evening. That's tomorrow, the 30th of April. Thank you so much everyone, do take care, have a great day. It's been lovely having your company, and I look forward to crafting with you again really soon. Bye for now.